Alright, I have this loaded up. Welcome back to my Luigi Brothership, people. I know the streaming time for this is 2:30 EST, not the regular time I do this. I plan on doing Super Mario Maker 2 tonight. For certain strategy reasons, which I'm not going to go into. But anyway, I'm going to maintain the 3 a week, and lead stage on Bowser. Hello, Mew Mew, welcome back. Totally Narnyar. Garn. I don't have to say that. Welcome. So, last time we spied on Koopas. And they gave us a hint. Well, first off, we're gonna first explore the sea section, and work from there. That's a line from the game Garn 47. Interesting. Totally Garn you will. I think I get it. Well, basically, Bowser's taken over this set of islets. That's the main gist. That's the only thing we can do in this island effect. Collect that item. There's an NPC, but I don't think his dialogue would be relevant here. So, a few other things I've been looking at. I know last night I tried doing this Cookie Run Kingdom, which I did enjoy, actually. The big problem, though, was the lag. I know, it was absurd. I think a main cause of the lag was the hardware I was using. Your islet? So that's similar to the Steam games, where you probably didn't know this, Mew Mew, since you joined the Anton Blast. Back when I had to do Terraria streams, well, didn't have to do them. I couldn't really have the stream avatars on because it was overloading the computer. Same with Geometry Dash. So I had to turn them off. I was starting to calculate that it was the same thing with the BlueStacks. So I guess I could try turning the stream avatars off. But I will admit, even when I was doing some troubleshooting, I also felt that the game was a bit clunky to play on. After the stream last night, I tried playing it on my phone, and the game felt a lot smoother. But the problem is, I don't know how I can connect my Elgato capture card over to my phone. This is a reference to the Zkeeper from Dream Team. I like it.
Oh.
Sometime in the future, I will try to do Cookie Run again. Although, not in the near future. I will say that. I want to focus... The next time I stream Cookie Run, I want to make sure that the quality is worth it. And we don't have the whole lag issue we had last night. I'm wondering, I also went onto the next level 1-7, which you have these bears, which I guess they need help somehow, and then you see some gnome guy get kidnapped by the shadow figure. I was tempted to go ahead to clear the rest of the first chapter since you unlock some stuff apparently. But then I realized they have all these dialogue scenes, and do I really want to skip over those? Because I found out the hard way, you can't go back to the cutscenes. You can replay the levels, but that's only like if you didn't restart it, I'm guessing. Anyway, there's where we want to be. So I'm still figuring out what to do for Cookie Run. This section of the game is going to be how we access Way Isle. Oh, don't worry. The game on my phone, for that Mew Mew, you don't have to worry about that. All my progress is on my phone. Alright. Now, I'm thinking what to do here. First, I'll show off the real use of the countdown to recharge. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? We use simple special attacks, so I don't use the Seedalize move. I've heard of U2s. I believe they make some sort of minifigures. I haven't heard of Makeshift, though. Is that a similar product company? I can look it up right now, actually. Alright, countdown to recharge. What just did is exactly its purpose. Boom. Rounds up and completely replenishes all that. So now, I have 5 more uses of Seedalize. So now I can use this. Doesn't matter which finding I use. Didn't get anything good from that yet. Got it. I'm starting to remember these folks' attacks. Okay, cool. There's only 2 of them now. Who needs the Yuku Cannon? I think I completely forgot that there was an extra work scene session going on in Splatoon. So I gave it a whirl last night. Actually, no, not last night. I gave it a whirl today. And I feel like there's a lot, you can get a much higher personal best than what I'd normally get out of an extra work shift. Now I had time to do 3 matches since they take long. It's 5 shifts. It's 5 waves instead of the regular 3. And for context, each wave takes 100 seconds, and then there's usually a transfer, and then a warm-up. So you got all that. One thing I noticed in all 3 matches I had with the extra work is that there was one player who had a high death count and what else would I say? Like, they collected a lot of eggs from physical distributions. Okay, let me first focus on this. Can't focus on both of those at the same time right now. Okay, good, we got a goal. Playing defensively since I want them to rejoin the pool. I want to see if I can get 8 spinies, so I have more chances to get gold ones. This is one of the best ways to get EXP in this game. What I'm about to show you. Basically using the shockwave, if that's affecting everyone in the game. I want to try going for the top center. There we go.
Oh yeah.
You gotta get it. I do not know. I'm going to guess a no. TH? Not heard of it.
Mario.
Actually, no, gotta guess. Her mother? Yeah, sorry, man. Don't have a clue. Hello, everybody. It is early indeed. How you doing? The purpose of me doing this is to get the Seedalized perk. When I get the 5th slot, this will be much more convenient. What? I could try this.
Oh yeah.
Don't know gold. Jeez. Not sure if the charge bank, not the charge bank, the quick recharge is going to affect both. Yeah, it's not. But, of course, I'm just finding Seedalized, so we're not getting a bonus. Okay, I'm gonna put the Seedalized away then. And I'm gonna have to destroy them. Don't know how. Why which parents give their kids at 5 a screen and don't restrict it? Actually, well, I think when I was younger, like a toddler, I don't think I had a limit to the TV time I watched, but it was nursery school shows and entertainment. The video games like Mario, playing stuff on my phone, that I remember I was restricted for. In elementary school, I believe I was limited to half an hour on weekdays, an hour on weekends. So yeah. But everyone's different. I think there are still parents that are going to be strict, that have strict limits to their children. I guess the reason why nobody would notice is because they don't speak. We don't get to hear from them. Interesting. How long do these have to take? Left turns. Mighty Shorts is a good example of this. Yeah. You know what? You're right. You are. I have a boost against... Okay, what's it now? Hold on. Let's see if I can get... Oof. I'm gonna use this. Oh yeah, agreed. I mean, I want to be less addicted to YouTube Shorts, but I realized they get a lot of views and a lot of traction, and I think I've seen a lot of creators who made their channels after I created mine have millions of subscribers. I feel like a big thing is because of YouTube Shorts. And when you think about it from a logistic point of view, it makes sense. Think about how someone comes across a YouTube Short versus a YouTube video. YouTube Shorts, you don't give an impression, or you don't get choice to quit. You're just immediately given it. And then, this also came out, YouTube Shorts really became a thing after Mr. Beast became popular. And he basically exposed the formula of the hook in a video. Well, basically, if you find some way to keep them for watching for at least half a minute, that registers a view. It's good content on YouTube Shorts. Most of it's filled with slop and overshadows the good videos. I mean, I'll be honest, sometimes even I slop a bit. Which I'm not the proudest of. That's also why I made the darker side video. I wasn't proud of the most recent video I had up there, the one with the Truth About Special Cup. I felt like I could be really doing much better, and I wanted to kind of build an impression. While I do my channel to grow and all, I do want to make sure the purpose is, its purpose is not getting lost, and I'm just doing it to be famous for the money. I want to do it the right way. I'm glad you like that. Really. Stepping Squid Games. I'll probably make another one after Squid Game 3 came out, which I found out that the trailer for that came out a few days ago. Definitely is interesting. I wonder if I'm starting to think we're not going to get human chess, baby. Although, feels like they're going to be doing some sort of laser tag game for all I know. It really is odd stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of shows play with your emotions these days, Robotic. Alright, take care, Mew Mew. Thanks for showing up.
Oh yeah.
This is a series of 4 islands. Right? I heard rumors, actually. I mean, honestly, I want the mother and son duo to survive, but knowing how the games are going to work, I doubt that's going to happen. But actually, it might happen because the Squid Game in the end is a drama series, and the primary appeal is suspense and that's 100%. Yeah, one of them, I feel like the writers are going for suspense, hope, despair, and basically the heartstrings, basically. What I liked about the mother and son duo is that they felt like comic relief for this game.
Huh?
Yeah.
Mario.
Something you didn't have to take that seriously.
Oh.
Actually, yeah. I don't know, though, but I want both of them to survive because I want there to be some sort of safety net, some casual comfort food in the show. But I really don't think they're going to do that because Squid Game isn't about... the writing of Squid Game's not focusing on the game. It's focusing on the grief and this absurdity of how messed up the game is. The writer, I don't think, wants to try to make you enjoy the game. And I'm not trying to show you how fun the games are. So sad about it, 067. Who's that guy? Also, the high.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, you mean the woman from season 1? Yeah, her. My impressions. The first time I heard about Squid Game was through the Creepy Doll in the YouTube video, and I watched a recap of that series. I didn't realize how popular it was at the time, but I found it interesting since it reminded me of another franchise I was and still kind of am fond of. But I didn't become attached to any of the characters, but I learned that the protagonist was the only survivor at the end. But welcome back, my boy. You missed that part. Ooh, I don't want that. Definitely looks interesting, but you know what? Luigi is more of a tank than I am. So I'm going to think outside the box here. Go give the masterpiece to Mario. I'm going to give the full belly wear. Yeah, I'm going to give the masterpiece wear to Luigi. I'm going to use double-edged for Luigi. Now I'm going to check what I have. We have 4 celebrity hammers. We do not need that many. Wow. They play with your heartstrings. That's what's happening. I'm not sure if Nintendo's going to make that Callie the hamburger. Nintendo's putting the weird mode of characters in Mario World. I'm guessing you mean Mario Kart World. Okay, actually, first I want to say a few marks of the Squid Game. I wasn't super satisfied that there was only one survivor, but that seems to be a pivotal plot point in Squid Game. And my dad realized that as well, as he's out. Actually, that's something we watched the second season together about. But so that I don't have it selling right though. But yeah, he told me like he was hoping that player 67, say Biak, I believe, was going to survive, but started losing hope when certain context clues gave away that only one would remain. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same in this game or not. I really am hoping it's an all or nothing. The game does an all or nothing play. Because it feels like it was meant to be, because it would feel underwhelming to have it as the final season and still leave at a middle ground. That doesn't feel like counterintuitive. Now to Mario World. I feel like Nintendo's trying to simplify things. Something that stood out to me is that outside of Donkey Kong, all the other... Actually, even Donkey Kong itself, if you count Donkey Kong in the Mario movie as well, actually. And they even redesigned Donkey Kong, but all the other characters debuted in Mario games and feel practically exclusive to Mario games. I mean, there's an exception, Wario, but Wario's design is completely different in his WarioWare series, and Wario Land hasn't made a return since the Game Boy Advanced era. So, the modern Wario has really just been associated with Mario Party games. Well, not Mario Party specifically, but party games in the Mario universe. Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, Mario Kart, Smash Bros. Which I'm not going to do that. But you get my drift. Wario's basically there because he's a familiar face. And that's also why he's usually filled with Waluigi. This is hard to swallow. I've come to realize Waluigi hasn't been smashed yet is because Wario has made some notable appearances. Waluigi doesn't have his own game. He really has only appeared as a cosmetic option in the party games in the Mario universe. Wario's only in Smash because he's been his own protagonist in different franchises. He's his own representative. He's not there as the evil Wario, even though that's a costume. Not evil Mario, even not evil Mario, that's what I meant to say. It feels like Nintendo's trying to really simplify down the Mario Kart universe. Which is something else I noticed. Like, the enemies that have debuted in Mario Odyssey, I haven't seen any of them return. Maybe one or two of them is in Mario Golf, but like in this game, it's also a good example. It could have been a perfect opportunity to add some enemies that appeared in Mario Odyssey, like the Sherm, the Uproot, the Pukio, and add them to Bowser's army, but they're not there. So I feel like Nintendo's objective is they're trying to limit the cast of Mario games to just Mario, and are trying to avoid collaboration. And not just that, I feel like they're also trying to reduce complexity on top of that. I feel like this is also why the only main mutants in this game are recurring, which is one of the few things I didn't like about this game. We don't see any new enemies in Bowser's army. They're all enemies we've seen many times in previous games. Magic Koopas, Goombas, Koopas, Spinies, Spikes. Like, I think for Shy Guys, all of these enemies appear in Super Mario Maker. I'm going to say Super Mario Maker 2 because Spike's there. Where I'm getting at, it could have been a perfect opportunity to add someone new. But they didn't take that. Did Mario Maker 3 save us? I know, right? Oh, I did not see that coming. But yeah, I feel that's really intentional that they're doing making this call. The reason why there's no Diddy Kong, no Funky Kong, no Dixie Kong. But there's Nabbit, there's Pianta, there's Cataquack. Think all the characters that are in Mario Kart World debuted in a Mario Universe game. There is a possible thought I considered for why they're doing this, and it's not a pretty one at all. I mean, it makes sense, and Nintendo doesn't get anything out of this. It's because they don't want to overwhelm the younger audience, the younger players. They don't want to make it too much for them, too uncomfortable. That's my theory. Wait, I don't remember what I want to do. Do I have the deluxe photo on? There we go. My sense is that if they add too many characters, the Sherm, the Tokyo, and then they add Link, Inkling Girl, Inkling Boy, Isabelle. I mean, it worked fine for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. From business perspective, it was completely fine. I'm guessing this is the design choice that the developers don't want. Yes, a 5-year-old will be playing this. Technically, I was 5 years old when I played my first Mario Kart game. I think. Although, also don't underestimate the potential of a toddler, or actually, I'm not going to say toddler. A child, with a child being a kindergartner, or like a kindergartner, or early elementary schooler. I don't remember kindergartner, and I know my maturity probably was somewhat very low during that time. But just because someone's a child doesn't mean they're not smart. I think that's also important to consider. That's also a lot of enemies. I hope I get a lot of XP from it. But yeah, I really feel that Nintendo's making a design choice here. They don't want to make the game overwhelming. William Berry.
Oh yeah!
Yeah. Well, the prices. Well, let me first continue talking a little more about Mario Kart World before I talk about the prices. Well, there's some realizations I made for that. Mario Kart World, I feel like this is also why they aren't making too many tracks. Too many... they have a lot of characters, but they're all from the Mario universe. Meanwhile, we have Kuban, his first day of the job. How hard can it be? Very hard. Now we got some context here. Right. Proximity cat would be funny. I think someone yellow at the top there with lungs. Dude. True. I hope parents are going to be smart about it, about the game chat, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. Fortunately, you do have to use the Nintendo Switch Online for the game chat, so hopefully that puts a wall, and the parents that are being assertive, use game chat wisely. Because I know a lot of people on the internet, especially a lot of gamers out there, are merciless to children. Up front. They don't know how to be nice. Napoli. Fuck. I said this during my Nintendo Direct. Well, actually, not directly, I implied it. I was expecting Nintendo Switch 2 prices to go up. I mean, not go up, but to be worth more than the Nintendo Switch prices. The biggest takeaway was that they were taking away the game vouchers for the Switch too. That was my first giveaway. COD lobbies. Oh yeah. Wait, you mean Call of Duty? Is that what COD stands for? But yeah, I was expecting the prices to be higher. And actually, I was expecting prices to have a standard of 80 and not go into a standard of 70. I honestly felt it was kind of generous that Nintendo didn't raise the prices for the Switch. But for all I know, the gaming community could have had the same uproar they are having now. My perception was a lot nicer and calmer, because the first game I saw on the shop, the first price I saw for the Nintendo Switch 2 was Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is a $70 game instead of the $80 games. I think when I looked into Mario Kart World, I was a little bit surprised seeing it was $80. So I was like, oh wow, it's $10 more. They're really doing something for this one. Although, I'm starting to think that the $10 price might be an effect of demand. After all, the best-selling game on the Nintendo Switch is a Wii U port.
Oh yeah!
60 digital. Alright. Well, also, is that in euros? Anywho.
Oh yeah!
So, it's also possible that Nintendo is saying that it's $80 because it's $10 more because of its value as a marketing tactic to convince buyers that it's a better deal than a $70 game. So that's another thought I considered. And since Mario Kart is a bestseller, it could be a manipulative business tactic Nintendo's pulling off to get more to get incoming consumers to buy the new Mario Kart game. Although the odd thing about it all is that they are still going to continue to sell Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which makes me wonder if it's going to backfire or if they've considered that. Because technically, incoming customers that want to buy a Mario Kart game will have two options. And if they come to the conclusion that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a better value, not just in terms of money, than Mario Kart World, Mario Kart World's not going to sell. So that's the main point I'm concerned about.
Oh yeah!
And I also realized something else. Use British pound sterling. Yep, sounds about right. How is the company going to control their economy? I remember that Nintendo said after, I remember hearing this in early April, that Nintendo said that them raising the prices was going to be a risk, but they think they're going to be worth it. And now I'm starting to think to myself, how is that exactly a risk? And I think I'm starting to realize why. The main conclusion is that, in terms of money, each purchase for a game that's worth $80 is going to give you more money than each purchase for a $70 game. Okay, I remember this section, and I remember that I got stuck on it. I think I have to do something fancy. Can't rely on the elevator since that's not gonna work. I'm going to say my theory now. I think Nintendo is willing to sacrifice their fan base for more money. Actually, it's more than I think. There's already been tons of proof of that. Nintendo has literally gone out of their way to sue their fans. I remember the Smash Tournament incident. Well, not remember, but I've heard of it. I think that's one of the biggest proofs I can come up with.
Oh yeah!
Because it portrays Nintendo's willingness. It shows that their fans aren't their top isn't the company's top priority. Now, for a lot of businesses, that's usually the case. But I feel there's more significance here. Can't do that.
Oh yeah.
But I can do this. I think. I can pass the plug. I can't do that either. True.
Oh yeah. Oh.
So there was something I realized a few days ago. Supply versus demand. What's all that about? Well, let's say I made my own video game. And I was going to charge it for $1. And I end up selling the game for 1 million copies. And I get $1 million. That's great.
Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah.
I really don't remember how to do this. I'm gonna beat up this Koopa first.
Go time.
Well, what if I were to consider? $1 is great, but what if I wanted I felt like this wasn't worth it? What if I were to charge $2 for this? Well, what can happen? Not everyone who bought for $1 is probably going to buy for $2. But the people who are buying for $2 are going to give you more money. So let's say I charged $2 and ended up selling 6 million copies.
Oh yeah.
Instead of making $1 million, I've made $1.2 million. I've made $200,000 more by doubling the price, while adding $1 to the price tag. I feel like Nintendo's doing the same approach here. Let's say they were to sell Mario Kart World for $70, not for $60 on the Nintendo Switch 2. And the game ends up selling 30 million copies. That's nice enough. It makes a lot of money. But what about this? What if Nintendo were to charge the game for $70 and ended up selling 25 million copies? Let's do the math. 30 times 6 is 180. 70 times 25 is 175. So, technically you make less money off that. Let's say they charged $80 for Mario Kart World now, and they end up selling 24 million copies. Suddenly, it's a much different story. You have a lot less in sale. Like, you have only 80% of sales you had with Mario Kart, with the $60 scenario, but keep that in mind. What's 8 times 24? I run some numbers in my head. That should be, I think, 192. So you're making, I believe the number I said beforehand was 180 million. Well, now you're making 192 million. You've made $12 million more dollars out of Mario Kart World by charging it for $80 instead of $60. Even though 20% of the potential customers didn't buy the game, from the 80% that did buy the game, each of them gave you $20 more, and it was worth it in the long run. That, I believe, is the risk Nintendo considered. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold 68.2 million. Well, think about it. Well, let's round it up to 70. Indeed. 7 times 8, 6 is 42. So I'm going to say it's approximately $400 million. For reference. Actually, $4 billion. Gotta realize, that's a 68 million. I may have been bad my numbers there. It's a lot. What am I missing? Yeah, I can't do that. I forgot how to do this section. But also, that's another thing. Don't forget, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a port off of Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. They didn't have to make it much effort on this game compared to Mario Kart, like, compared to some of the others. Technically, most of the game was already Mario Kart 8. Not do that. Well, yeah. Compared to the Mario Kart 8 game, they added 8 battle tracks and some new characters, but otherwise, compared to what they've already done for the Wii U version, it's basically the same game. That's the big thing that got me stuck. When you do that, a cutscene interferes with you trying to dump this. So there's a specific way on how you're supposed to approach this. Wait, course. Just remembered. It's not a lot, but it's enough for us to climb up here. So technically, sometimes Nintendo does put effort in their games. But sometimes, they don't even have to put that much effort or love into their games, and still it's going to sell millions of copies. I did some research. Nintendo Switch Sports, I think, is the best example. It felt very minimalistic compared to what Nintendo has done in the past. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they have new developers, different people running the game, but compared to what they did for Wii Sports Resort, Nintendo Switch Sports feels like a slap in the face. Never bought it because, from what I heard, it really seemed like a disappointment. And I think that's the main emphasis. Sometimes they'll put love in their games. Be amazing, but they don't sell that well. While on the other hand, they can put hardly any effort, but make a lot. Once again, Mario Kart Deluxe. They put most of the effort in that game from the Wii U. So, imagine this. What do you think is going to happen if Mario Kart World doesn't sell, and the Switch 2 ends up being a failure? They're probably going to port Mario Kart World to the next console. That's my theory. That's what I think is going to happen. Anything else may screw up? Whoopsie. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yeah. Yeah. I also think this is also part of what happened with the Boost Course Pass. I know that Mario Kart Tour was popular at my school when it first came out, but after the first tour, hardly anyone played the game. That's how fast it died down. What did Nintendo do? The courses the majority of the courses they made for Mario Kart Tour, they poured over to the Nintendo Switch. They turned it into DLC. You know what? I'm going to agree. Nintendo Switch 2 probably won't fail because of the pre-order. Well, not because of the pre-order incident, but I think there's a few other things. I'm going to say hardware obsolescence, first off. Nintendo Switch 2 is a ground up. It might have hardware obsolescence to it as well. Nintendo has never said directly that the Joy-Cons have been tested not to drift. They did state it was from the ground up, though. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because they never directly tested, like they never directly proved or tested that the Joy-Cons for the Switch 2 won't drift. But let's say my Switch, well, actually, I'm not going to make an example. I'm going to be real here. One of the reasons why I want to buy a Nintendo Switch 2 is because my Nintendo Switch 1 is worn off. I can't really enjoy the game in handheld anymore because part of my Switch, the right Joy-Con side usually disconnects. It's a big concept. And I actually had to buy a lot of Joy-Cons because the old ones started to drift. Oh, darn. I don't believe Joy-Cons don't drift too, but I'm gonna be honest. But if I'm being really honest, I don't think that's a priority for Nintendo. The only exception I'd say is if it turns out that Joy-Con drifts become a reason for enough people to not buy the Nintendo Switch 2, that it becomes a profit loss. I'm not going to say everyone at Nintendo is going to only care about the money, but I'd be surprised if nobody at Nintendo doesn't care about money at all. Doesn't just care about money. I think there are some people at the company that just care about the buck. I don't think that's everyone at Nintendo, but I'd be surprised if no one was like that. And the reason would make upfront. The reason is kind of simple. Some people just don't care that much. I think that's also why bad driving has become normalized. People don't care. Actually, that's my dad's words. People who have a job at Nintendo but don't care that much, they're not going to care about how good the game is. They're just doing their job to do it. So it would make sense for those people to do the bare minimum and just focus on the paycheck at the end. In the workforce, there are people that are going to do that. One thing, keepsake quick, I'm going to learn from my English teacher this year, is that in the workforce, you lose your individuality for a paycheck. It might sound bad, but it is worth it. That wasn't ad verbatim, but you did say it was worth it. So I would not be surprised if there's people at Nintendo Company who have a job and never even heard of Nintendo before. I remember my Latin teacher in high school had never heard of Mario when I brought him up. There are going to be people out there who have no idea who these characters are. Right. And another thing to keep in mind, Nintendo has grown as a company. Who doesn't know Mr. Big himself? Surprise, right? Well, it's the truth. Not everyone's world revolves around video games. That's the main thing.
Oh yeah.
And some people, when I think about video games, Mario's not what pops in their head. Sometimes, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people, I think I've seen this in cartoons, where when people think about video games, they just think about some sort of shooting game where some guy's sitting in a chair and just shooting a bunch of stuff. I've actually seen that as a stereotype in different shows or movies. Mario might be Mr. Video Game Man for Nintendo, but he's not Mr. Video Game Man for the stereotype of video games. That's true, Mario is really mainstream. That doesn't change the fact. There are still going to be people in the world who have no idea who this character is. So I would not be surprised if there's people that get a job in Nintendo who couldn't care less about changing the way Mario is. Do agree though, Nintendo does push him out. They are trying to make Mario famous, but that's not reality. True. Then again, a lot of people got level design, and is level design their priority? That's another thing to factor.
Go time.
Right. It's another thing you gotta keep in mind. Nintendo isn't open for hiring anyone. And when I was looking for colleges, one of my admission guys told me, like, I wanted to work for Nintendo, and I still would want to do that one day. Not be much of a priority now. He said that getting a job at Nintendo is harder than getting a PhD. And I'll let you know this. Getting a PhD means you have to discover something new in a specific field industry. In other words, you must invent something unique to get a PhD. Getting a job at Nintendo is harder than that. Actually, I'm not going to say just invent something new. Invent something new and relevant. For reference, if you would be on Shark Tank, you have to pitch something that would grab the shark's attention. And I've seen stuff in Shark Tank. There's good enough Shark Tank episodes where nobody's interested. Which emphasizes the point. It's not easy. And part of the reason, like, getting a job, I also found out this year, actually this spring, precisely. It's a lot harder than it looks. People are only willing to hire people when the manager has a reason to. Let's say you wanted to work at Nintendo because you're good at designing games or levels. Well, from their perspective, that's cool, but do they need that? They already have level designer. Do they need to have another one? And I also started to realize that. Even if you're good at what you do, doesn't mean someone's going to hire you for it. And don't forget, for each person the company hires, they have to reduce their pays and the company's income to pay you. Employees cost money.
Go time.
And then back on topic. Some people are just up for there for the paycheck. As wrong as it sounds, that's the world. I wasn't heard Nintendo has a natural culture of not making money a priority. I heard Nintendo's pretty opposed to that. But still, that doesn't mean that's going to happen. Maybe that intern who randomly comes up with a great idea gets promoted. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I even found out that even that is not easy. I actually did heard through word. Nintendo actually does have internship programs, but you need to prepare for that. I heard their summer internship program required you to register back in December. So when I heard about it, it was already too late. Hello, Jane. You doing alright? How about you, man? Alright. Payout time. It's great. What happened? I think that. A lot of people think that, actually.
Oh, yeah!
But it doesn't change the fact. Sometimes when you campaign for a spot, only one person gets the job. But I wouldn't say, but I'm going to also say this as well, as some stage advice. I'm saying that getting a job at Nintendo is hard. A lot harder than you might realize. I'm not saying it's impossible. Just because I'm saying it's hard doesn't mean you should give up now. Actually, I encourage you to try.
Oh, yeah!
Exactly. You only live once, so you have to try. But emphasize my importance on this. Just because the chances might not be in your favor doesn't mean you shouldn't try at all, and you should just give up.
Oh, yeah!
Who wants to hire someone who's just going to give up when something's too hard? Who looks up to someone who just gives up that easily? The most successful people in the world aren't the ones who always win. They're the people who never quit. Well, in the context. No appropriate context. There's something that's not worth engaging in. Of course you shouldn't even bother, but like, if you want something bad enough, you shouldn't give up because it looks too intimidating. Like, if you wanted to prove the egg came before the chicken, or the chicken came before the egg, that's not something worth wasting your time over. Yeah, back to the drawing board. The main conclusion. My thought about the whole price increase, Nintendo might actually end up dropping the prices. I think either Mimi or Robot said this. They did that with 3DS. But I also realized that if I was a top manager at Nintendo, I would rather raise the prices before launch as an anchor price, and then lower the price if they're underperforming, rather than set my anchor low and then raise the prices due to high demand. I could end up making more money off setting the anchor high. And I think the managers at Nintendo are thinking the same thing. They set the anchor at $450, $80 a game. If that doesn't work, they lower the prices and people might be willing to buy it now. Actually, it also makes me think that part of the reason the backlash was so intense for the Switch 2 is because people had already made up their own imaginary anchor with the Switch 2 prices. The leak said that the console was going to cost $400. And nobody considered that the Switch 2 could cost $80. I mean, the games could cost $80. If people had the expectations the Switch 2 could have a standard of $500 and $80, I don't think people would have much of a problem with this. Yeah, it's true. Although, then again, some people out there aren't going to care about that. Which actually, this reminded me on part of why the Wii U failed. Some people didn't care about the gamepad for the Wii U, or, like, that was the main feature. Some people were like the graphics, the frame rate, the presentation for the Xbox, PlayStation, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, they're so much better. I remember, like, even see some comments in the 2013 Nintendo Directs about this. One of the top comments I remember seeing was, "I don't get why so many people are into shooters." And I think I'm making some sense out of it. Well, first off, not everyone's going to be interested in the platformers and what Nintendo has to offer. But just like Nintendo Switch, what I'm seeing gamers complain about Nintendo Switch 2, it's the same problem I saw my friends in elementary school who preferred the sports games over the Wii U, stated that the PlayStation, the Xbox had better graphics compared to the Wii U. They weren't interested in what Nintendo was serving. That wasn't their cup of tea. And I also realized this as well. These gamers might be disgruntled with Nintendo charging prices high enough. But if Nintendo stands their ground, those people could end up buying it. And 1 year later. And that's what only play 4 I am in FIFA. But I'm also going to address this. Don't forget, Fortnite didn't become a game until 2017. I did some research. Apparently, it was in development for 6 years. But don't forget, when the Wii U was Nintendo's selling focused console, Fortnite wasn't even a thing back then. People were interested in Call of Duty and, like, from my perspective, sports games. Personally, I didn't see the need for sports games. They had the real thing in real life. Nintendo is an event, like these games, you can't perform in real life, basically. Every time that. Also, good job on the full house. So, like, I think there's a lot of factors. And also takes me back to something I realized over last summer. I worked hard on a game using the Game Maker engine for my campers to play with, and well, it was my summer job last summer. And I found out that a lot of them didn't really care that much. They played it for 10 minutes and then moved on to Roblox. Nintendo might be putting a lot of love, but if they service the average child with their games, a lot of them, like most of them, might prefer to do Roblox instead. It's their comfort food. It's what they're interested in. It's an ugly truth that I normally don't like to think about, but when I realize it, it makes sense. I also realize this also is why I feel like a lot Nintendo Switch 2 Directs went the way it did. And why they had so many big partnership games. I remember, that's out from Fortnite. I also heard some other games that seemed like a very strategic move on Nintendo's behalf. I know 2K is a game I know a lot of my athletic colleagues are interested in. That's going to be an early game on the Switch 2. Elden Ring, the sequel to Hades, which I heard was a really popular game. These are games that a lot of people enjoy, but they're not stuff Nintendo fans think about. And I think if there's anything we probably learned off the Wii U, is that prioritizing their fans isn't going to be good for them. If they're going to actually make money, they're going to have to appeal to a much larger demographic. I think this is all. I think that concludes the real reason why they're doing these actions. The Wii U may have had gold, but it was a dark age for a Nintendo company, Nintendo Co. Shintaro Furukawa might be silent on the media. That doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's doing. Of course, I'm not saying he always makes the best choices.
Oh yeah.
Jesus. Wait, hold on. Do I have to fight this guy? He's level 15. This feels cruel. This feels so cruel. Anyway, take care, Mama. It's nice seeing you. I might do a Super Mario Maker 2 stream tonight, if that interests you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The truth is not always the most willing to accept.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was one of the easiest fights I've had.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh yeah. There's some other things I realized about the Switch as well. The free games. What's up with that? Well, I did a little research to what the 3DS did. Face Raiders, Street Class Meat Plaza. Those are games that I remember back in the day. I can even say nostalgia fuel. Well, there's something different.
Yeah.
1 second.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this goes the law. Face Raiders was made by HAL Labs. And Street Pass Meat Plaza, I don't think that took a lot of effort to put in. Good. The free games, you have Picross, which uses promotional art from the games Nintendo was developing, and Find Me uses, I think, only like a dozen models. Wait a second. I could try using this. One of the burners seems to be jumped. The bugs got worse and worse. There are creepy people. I know, this is why I don't do Roblox. And I've held a strong opposed stance for playing with Roblox on this channel. And even as a job opportunity, I am still opposed to it. And that's exactly why. I don't want to incur, like, the Roblox devs aren't doing anything against these pedophiles. And I am attached, I do enjoy children, but I enjoy them because of the smiles and their joy. And also in hopes of making them into prodigies. I do not enjoy children, so I can sexually abuse them. I actually agree that those kinds of people that sexually abuse children deserve to get beat up in jail. Abusing a child's trust and traumatizing them is not something. I could say that's worth the. I could say that's worse than murder. I can actually admit that.
Oh yeah.
Let me get this plug in. I think this is what you're supposed to do. Yep, I knew it. Yep, this is right. Oh, the one in the lobby's broken and you're replacing it? Oh, thank. Well, wait, no! I bet you're trying to get to Lord Bowser. Yep. I'm going to guess this is a level 15 or 16 Koopa.
Oh yeah.
Gotta give the game credit for comedy. Oh wait, they get first attack. I might be mistaken. Yep, level 38. Okay, these are overload. What? You know what Roblox does? Nothing. Yep. I also said that as well. I know Sergeant Jr. wanted me to play Roblox, and I told him the same thing. And this is why. They don't care about their player base. They don't see their consumers as people. And that disgusts me. While I don't usually attack Nintendo on their actions, they don't do, like, they aren't having these kinds of incidents or problems. Nor do I think it's really possible for that stuff to happen on their behalf. Oh yeah, you're exactly right. They couldn't care less about their players' well-being. That's also the reason why I don't play Fortnite. I feel that Nintendo games, at a certain point, they get stale and boring at some point, and you don't end up playing them for hours in hand. Having these sessions for 2 hours, but it's not a running gag. I mean, Nintendo's not trying to be a parasite off you. Even if you spend $80 on a Mario Kart game, the $80 is all you're spending on it. Assuming you already have a Nintendo Switch too. They're really like that. So, I will admit, whenever I hear people diss Nintendo, I find it a bit absurd, since I know there's way worse companies out there doing way worse stuff. But then again, I will acknowledge that Nintendo's not the top of companies in terms of morality.
Oh yeah!
Seriously? Oh. Wow, did you?
Oh yeah!
Every day a new video appears about talking about creeps. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah!
Again, now we can just drop the plug. Yeah, we can Bowser! The video was also talking about the 3DS and their free games. I did a research yesterday on free games on Nintendo Switch. None of them are obvious. Turns out there are some free puzzle games, but the free games they are encouraging are freemium. They're online service games with in-app purchases. Now, Street Pass Me Plaza has in-app purchases, but that's in terms of DLC. They're not stuff you can spend thousands and thousands of dollars on. I mean, technically, Fall Guys is a free game, but theoretically, you could spend thousands of dollars on that game. I don't blame Nintendo for doing that. I think the innovation of freemium mobile games, which I'm going to say Fortnite is partially responsible for the Battle Pass side. Well, yeah, that kind of business technique is problematic. And I think definitely has done damage to not just Nintendo, but games as a whole. But I wondered to myself, if I want to make a game for free, if something fun for players to play on, and confronted Nintendo and asked them to make it a free install for every Switch console, I mean, I wonder if they would say yes or no. And I don't know how they'd respond. A free game would get them hooked. And I heard Nintendo's not a fan of doing free stuff. But if a free game would get them encaged in the console and work as a hook, it would be worth it. Anyway, we're approaching Bowser. Or Bowser? Quick question. Is it true that Mario is on his way? Supposedly. Everyone's panicking about it anyway. Personally, I think they're just getting worked up over nothing. No way can Mario get this far. Oh, hey Mario. We're just chatting now. That's not to interrupt. Wait a minute! That's Mario! What? Mario and Luigi? Yes, I remember the green one. The green stash's name. I knew you were alive. But you're like a moth drawn to some kind of moth magnet. Let's find out who's strong enough to rule this world. Yeah, wait. We just came to borrow some of your ant berries. We don't need a fright. I know you guys are arch enemies or whatever, but hang on a sec. Quiet down, sparrows! Why would I share my fruit? Do you have any chicken? I forgot the lava chicken song, darn it. I suppose it's too late now, darn it. I was so carried away in the discussion. 82 minutes have already passed. Let's take down Bowser. A lot of people remember Luigi's name. They're like, hey Mario, and Green Tall Mario. I think that has something to do with the roots. Luigi didn't get his official name, I think, until Mario Kart game. But I think in Super Mario World, or one of the, I know in the first games Mario appeared in, Luigi didn't have a name. He was referred to as Green Mario. So I think that has somewhat of a factor. Mario was given the prime treatment. He was the first player. He was the main star. Luigi was just an extra. I think that's part of why. Meanwhile, Bowser was known as King Koopa. So not everyone was given the same treatment. Mario's the main character. Of course he'd get the best. And here we have Shy Guys that are completely getting the bottom of the shoe. I remember this attack. Show up on the presentation trailer. Isn't that cool how many previous game references this has? This is a cool reference to Shy Guy says. I will admit that. Well, technically, Pennington has done that.
It's a cool. Oh, hey.
Oh, I have all excellent on. Hello, Cheese. Welcome. Oh, this does something. Can we use a breeze? I guess I could. Oh, wait. Also, look at this attack. I think it's a reference to the Koopa Corpse in Bowser's Inside Story. Which I'm so happy they used this. I use fire, freeze it, we'll do more damage. Not sure that's exactly how it's going to work here. I suppose you have reason to wonder. Actually, what? Let's try a little bit of everything.
Mario!
It's definitely satisfying to see, but that's not going to work. Have to go. Take care, Mew Mew. Nice seeing you. You know what? Don't do this. Use a nut. Have 5 of these. Apply some health. And boost defense. I'm going to use Explosion with the balls and Buster Criticals. This will do some area control. Try something more. Hope this will take care of the army. Oh, that's bad.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Luigi. reference to Bowser's Inside Story as well, with the 2D green shell. So sweet. Alright, let's put some autos on. You know what? How should I should only use it when it counts. Start focusing on the big boy. That's some damage. 911. Actually, I should not. And that pissed him off. You know what? Talk me to charge bank. Make sure I have it. Spirit item, boomerang item. Yep. Let's do this. Use my only max candy, which is going to preserve the charges. It didn't expire. Haven't gotten used to that yet. Ooh, he's down. Oh, what's happening? What? I haven't seen that happen before. Not even in videos. What? I'm trying to comprehend what just happened, but I'm so confused. But you know what? That's good. Now I just have to relax for this one. This is going to be a big, painful blow. I take that back, actually. That did less damage than the lucky hit. I think we should be able to take him out with this move. did it.
Oh yeah! Okay!
Definitely getting there. Longa Bowser. Meanwhile, oh, get your electric hands off me! Quiet down, royal brat. The kid and the hostage, Bowser can't touch us. We used Mario and his powers to defeat Bowser, and now we've got the kid. Poor Bowser Jr.
Let's go!
Also, there's this room over here, but Snoutlet won't let us go there. I feel like the Bowser Bomb fight really gives me a feel of adrenaline. It shows the player how far they've gone. Hold still, you punk. You're here. Stay put, kid. You'll regret it if you don't. Meanwhile, we have this buddy character who only appeared at the start of this dungeon. Another one? Buddy? What are you doing here? Even if we're not friends anymore, you're still important to me, Junior. Ugh, no, let's not do this. Ah! And he gets glummed. Buddy, what did you do to him? Oh, you'll see. Buddy? Don't come near me! You pathetic daddy's boy. My dad, blah blah blah, cool. That hit hard. Man, darn. That was a devious move. Bowser is definitely exhausted. I'll get those guys. Doesn't even care that Mario and Luigi are still here. I hate Junior.
No!
Hate is a strong word. Her personal bad luck charms. This boy's Lord Junior's. Yep, it's Glum. What? Glum? Only an amp berry will cure him. That doesn't even sound like a real thing. Hello, Pablo Marshall. Welcome. Yep. Basically you're gonna shove a heart in his pie hole. Because the Glum takes it away. He's glowing! And he's back to normal. It worked! Can't imagine how. Yeah. There's some back storage room back there. Hey, we weren't supposed to tell anyone. Especially not any Marios. Dang it, but it'll be fine, really. Didn't tell him that it's to the right of the entrance. Well, we were about to go in there anyway. So, don't be too hard. Well, that is true. They will benefit more by telling us where the amp berries are. Bunch here. That's right.
Oh yeah!
Wait, seriously? Sega sued Nintendo? That's interesting. What did they sue them for? This is news to me. I know Nintendo owns Sega. They sued for the ball part. Oh. Alright. I was thinking it wasn't real. Thanks for confirming that. Oh. Yep. Definitely does. Definitely gives a Sonic vibe, doesn't it? I wonder though, if Nintendo owns Sega, does that mean Nintendo has the rights to Sonic's spin attack by default? I brought something new, didn't I? We can't use the pipe on this island because it's way away, so we must come here the hard way. I try everything so hot to trot.
Mario! Oh yeah!
Yeah, actually, I was about to do that. We got this shortcut from the beginning, and we go in here. Beep boop. All to say, now that we beat Bowser, we enter an interesting point in the game. Starting here, the environment for the entire world will become global. Meaning the sky is going to stay the same color. Actually, not yet, but shortly it will be. Great job scaring up some vampires for me. With a supply like this, our problem should be over. A supply that is 20 times the size of Mario. Might fit that in his pocket.
Yeah!
I know, that's a darn lot. Wow, Starlow's definitely cool. There's big trouble. Never mind, well, we don't have time to talk about Starlow now, do we? Oh, that definitely looks like trouble. Look at all the glow emanating from that fortress. Your favorite type of cookie, the digestive cookie. Nice. I like it. Everything is in place. Yep, you're hearing Zocket. Take a good look. Enough gloom has been collected. This time is nigh. This is the dawn of a truly isolated world. Fortress Zocket. Gloom is only part of his scheme. Can't predict where this is headed, but Fortress Zocket will play a role. Something worse than Zocket is about to awaken. Also, this is the Fortress Zocket scene. Listen to this part. Actually, that's pretty cool. And since we got Bowser, a new current opened up, getting us access to the final Great Lighthouse. Well, that went all wrong. And let's get an auto amp berry plug. Bloom is going to become more common. Ooh, anti-socket. Ah, welcome back, Mew Mew. Okay, there's only one limited quest. Where would it technically be? Yes, Paula? Also going to start getting up to this current. Look, right. So, we want to go there. No, I don't. No worries, Mew Mew. Unless you mean in real life. That's a different story. I don't know. I've heard about For Dream Island. I have never watched it before. I know some people on this channel have watched it. Let's do that quest. I think I have about 42 more minutes. And if we do fast enough, we might be able to finish the chapter.
Oh yeah.
You can get to see the background islands. I always find that cool. You can see certain islands, even the big ones in the background in that spot. Fortunately, there's only one quest that's about to expire, so I should be able to reach it. Alright. I'm on Chip Chip Island. Please find me there if you need something. Hope it's... Ah, darn Snapter. So I'm terribly wrong. Why did I say that? Let's just be up with Snapter and get this over with. It should not be hard. We'll call this a practice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's two of them. No matter. No worries. That's funny. Remind me of these different story for that. Oh, yes!
Oh yeah!
Okay, now that was luck.
Okay. Haha. Ah.
Oh, wow. I should be thanking you. I just got a free level up from that. Yeah, let's return to Technicate.
Oh yeah.
Take me or someone. Drop him 3,000 points.
Fix it all.
Did I miss something? Oh, no, I was referring to the CPU. Yep. That battle I just did. I just got basically a free level up out of luck. That's why I said it.
Oh yeah. Seperate ko seperate to photo.
It's time limited quest, so who's the judge? And the winner is Atropine for the 5th time in a row. So I mixed this thing and this thing that it's actually pretty easy if you know what you're doing. We didn't. What is she announced? Is she talking about? Amplify the effect when the velvet glow afterburn. Side benefit, soft stability, and all that is secret to the creating of power within perpetual commotion. In a nutshell. Right. What did you just say? So yeah. No, not that quite it. Oh, god-level genius, yes. That's who I am. Meanwhile, Technicate's like, I've had enough. My. Now, who was it that won the first 2 rounds? Oh my, the name escapes me. It's Technicate. What a shame. Almost there, 3 wins. But the honor went to me. Excuse me. There goes an average genius. At best. Wow. Can you move video to another channel? Not... Well, I think you could do that by downloading and uploading as that, or reposting. Technically could do that. If you're wondering, like, if theoretically I could make my Champions Road video belong to another channel, no, I could not do that. The view count would reset, the upload date would reset, all the stats would reset. This ad theme seems kind of smart too. And standoffish. What ad theme created that day inspired me to make your clock out low. Battlefine's inventions will remind me that I'll never measure up to her. Yeesh, that's kind of rough. There we go. Although, I think you also meant you were trying to ask this as well. Could I stream from another channel that I own? I probably would be able to. We're on such a roll. Alright, to the lighthouse. Oh right, we had no Connie intermission this time. Now this will be interesting. Welcome to the final Great House Island. I think we can do this in half an hour. Hey, an elevator! No one's around? Shouldn't there be guards after us? Or... Yeah, this is something I really like about this place. This is a normal lighthouse. I had to do a lot of strange stuff with the other 3 lighthouses. The first 2 you had to go the other way around, and you've basically been in the basements this entire time. The 3rd one you entered in the front, and then you basically got took prisoner. This time, it seems we're going straight to the top floor. Of course, something's bound to happen. We go up 1 floor at a time. This isn't the top of the floor, is it? Nope. It's starting to come together. Do you think the 3DS would have sold even more if you could pick your own color for each part? What do you mean? No dawdling. We have to keep the pace with the work that the other... Oh. Heading underground? Be careful carrying the special equipment. Now I get it. This place hasn't developed any gloam yet. They started late. Which is ironic since we're here last. They haven't guarded this place because it's not fortified. So we could just fight some of the socket stuff. Although they might not be necessary here. And let's see if I get lucky again. Oh! Wow. Hit the D-pad buttons and top button.
Oh yeah!
I think the profit they'd be putting... I don't think the profit would change that much. It would be cool, but I don't think that would have been something that high of a priority. We got some glums here, but still, this is not protected at all. Yeet. Hey, look, it's a red and green right here. They're not going to fight all 4 at once. I should have expected. I know this is not a fast dungeon, but it's much quicker to get compared to the others. No luck that time. There we go.
Oh yeah!
We got 2 coins. Huh? So they don't turn to money. Wow, that's something. So yeah, we have to do a little fighting. Not the best, but it's what we get what we can.
Mario!
We got 1 gold. You know what? That's how gachas work. You can't directly buy the thing you want. You have to gamble for it. That's why it makes so much money. That's why Death makes so much money from that tactic. You know what? When I was your age, same story for me, Mew Mew. And it's for the better. You spend $1, you might be tempted to spend more over time. But in the end, developers don't make money from people spending a dollar and such on games. They make money from people who spend thousands of dollars. There's nothing important down there. To the top floor we go! It's a pretty funny running joke here. Wait, this isn't the top floor. Time for a reading break. Is it piracy if it's a free game with no in-game purchase? No, it's not. It's a free game then. Which, I know those exist. Technically, Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2 are a free game. Log, Reclusive Observations, Part 2. The egg only seems to move, but it definitely speaks to my brain. I know that my only calling is the resurrection of Reclusa. Loneliness is sublime. Yep, this is definitely Rocket's work. I get hit by this glowing ray. But I stopped caring about my son? I get that Rocket wants to make the world lonely, but I don't understand why. But it becomes increasingly clear what he's trying to do. Now we go to the top floor. I believe it's piracy if you steal a game that it's supposed to be charged without buying it. But technically, if you basically reverse engineer it somehow to get this game without spending money, that's piracy. Let's do this. So yeah, that was a pretty fast section. Oh, whoops. Let's do this. I'm gonna use rock. Back in a moment. There we go. What's that Nintendo Game Boy console that? Probably the Game Boy Advance. I never touched a Game Boy though. Dude, I need to turn on Sugar Cookie now. And that's a feeling of FOMO. If it's a time-limited thing, you want that badly. The only way might be to be spending money. And that's what the developers want you to do. Meanwhile, I finally activate the final lighthouse. In fact, if you were to go on the title screen right now, you'd be different. You'd be seeing Fort Socket floating from a distance. And there we have it. Closing in. But don't be mistaken. We're only about almost 2/3 the way done with this thing. Just want to check, but I'd be darn pissed if they put a limited time quest now. So look at it. Should be coming on the horizon soon. Oh! There we go. Just snuck up on my left. I'm pumped to charge into Fortress Socket. Me too, man. Me too. But it's a lot more ominous than any of our other environments. There's usually some place in each Mario & Luigi game that's like this. But never as the graphics are like these. Meanwhile, we also have a shopkeeper here. Yeah, I find it pretty funny. Some random guy just happens to be here. Doesn't matter how, but he's here. Almost all cookies in Cookie Run Kingdom are available all the time except for guests. Got it. I got some Zoc Troopers which you could farm if you wanted to. Crud. I think I've figured this out by now, but if Mario's having the fear during an enemy encounter, that's a sign the enemies are going first. Well, I have Buster Critical on, so maybe I can fight these things. Oh, that's interesting. Can't receive a virtual game card. An odd block. There's not good. We're going to be back here later, similar to Opnon Island. There's not a lot to do here. But we're given this. In a mod Switch, you cannot receive a virtual game card. I guess that makes sense. Probably need a Nintendo account and all that other safe stuff. Oh wow. Someone got clobbered. Let's trip your wires!
Oh yeah!
Yep. Wonder who that was. You can receive an unlocked Switch from a mod Switch, and you can receive a mod Switch from a mod. Huh. Mod. Tough toads, wide cutter. Now give me back my boy! Your power will be most useful. Wait. This one won't be beaten by any half measures. Hello, Milk. Welcome. Fortunately, some test subjects have arrived. Fire the Glomatic Quad Ray. Yeah, Bowser won't get glowed under normal circumstances, so they have to do this. You came just in time, Milk, for the big fight.
Mamma mia!
I remember this fight as well. Don't remember how long it took me. I remember it was fun. They completely gave him the Calamity Ganon treatment. Wow. Oh. Yeah, that's not good. Mario, Luigi, and he turns on us. Actually, we got exactly that, Mew Mew. Although it might be hard for me without backwards compatibility. you're hearing the chapter boss music. So I'm also going to put on the auto amp berry. We don't know when we're going to need it. You know what? I'm going to turn it off. Now I like that. Painful blow. Bowser's blind, so we can't use normal means of the lockout blow. Sorry about that. We'll have to resort to using a simpler attack. And that did not count as a Buster critical for some reason. Oh, darn it! I keep forgetting to charge bank. I mean, the countdown. Oh, he's playing differently. And he also does this as well. Yeah, that glow ring is definitely going to be a problem. I forgot that the breath gets Mario frozen. Right. Well, maybe it's going to be useful for this fight. Interesting. Maybe Nintendo considered that and thought it was a bad idea. Where's the mushroom? About Mario outside story. Interesting. Oh, sure. What's happening in the world outside of Mario? Oh, Bowser's dizzy.
Oh, yeah!
Now we can play deadly. Hold up. I want the bro boost. Hey, the jump helmet still seems to do more damage. Ooh, hello Giba Gaming. Welcome back. This would be good to use.
Leave it to me.
Now we're gonna play a game in this boss fight.
Mario. Let's go.
This is really cool. You have to go through a tutorial. Dodge Glowing Bowser's attacks, keep dealing damage. If you get hit once, you'll fall and crash. That's widespread. Oh, we got his shield on. He got gloved. Tell you, glove is bad stuff. And it seems our airships run out of fuel. Still, we did a lot of damage to him. Thanks to that bunch of critical. You get to do that move only one more time this fight. What's wrong with Bowser? Socket zapped him! That's what happened. Ooh, I remember this attack. Socket's the bad guy of this game. There's the energy ring. No worries. It's evil? Depends on circumstances. What type of red? Selfless Mario. That's very selfless Mario, but also might be foolish. Yeah, I'm gonna need some insurance now. You know, that could also make sense. Or Anton's just really angry, and his rage turned him red. I think that's why he's so red. He got so angry, he turned red! That actually makes sense. Less reduced damage. Okay, we don't want to do this. Wait for an airship maybe? Gonna take some time. Alright, let's turn up the heat.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Now we're talking. Ooh. And that ring's gonna grow. Now, you could use a Luigi logic now, but Bowser's awake. Not gonna show it, but if you do it now, you're gonna regret it. It is not gonna work. I think Bowser will get a counterattack. But now we can use it. Maybe if Bowser's a flying enemy, I can get some Buster Boost off this. Let's try this. He's dizzy, so we can use this move. Mother dropped from an accident. I see.
Mario.
Here's our second go. Oh yes, Blockbuster critical. And we only got one shot. Shoot. Yeah, that's not go as expected. But he's on low health, so I'm not worried. That's a Snoutlet's way of saying, no more airship for you. Alright, Mario first, Luigi second. Okay, we're not that close, but we're closing in. Hello, Rodion. Welcome back. 12 months and above. Interesting. Spin. Perhaps it has. Hope you've been doing well. About to beat up Bowser. Ooh, set, yeah. Oh, Martin Glove. Well, that's bad. Oh, come on. Well, that's bad. Right. My grandpa's gonna pick me up in, I think, about 15 minutes. Not sure if I'll have time to finish this properly now.
More time. Oh yeah.
I could do any VR content. Don't have capture content for that, unfortunately. Reset that. I'm gonna save that now. Up. I'm probably gonna remember that right now. Remind me, maybe on Thursday. That could be great.
Oh yeah.
Going to continue focus on the Bowser. Use this in combination with Annabelle X on. Right. Alright, time for a clock out blow. Oh my god, we're going after the... That's bad. That's going to do less damage. Jeez, that's a waste. RNG. Shows RNGs to be a punny.
Leave it to me.
I'm going to sell them the plugs now. Plus, they're doing a lot of damage against Bowser now.
Mario. Let's go.
It's Luigi logic for you. That was a lot of damage. I take that back, actually. That was a lot less than I thought it was going to be. Actually, I could trust both if I don't know which is going to where.
Let's go. Oh yeah.
I can keep using the Tornado Bomb combo to get some good fire off of him. Don't need to use the airship attack yet. It's actually sufficing pretty good and quickly. Either Bowser or Mario would win in that situation. But Ray makes it obvious which one is going to which first. Ooh, I like the damage.
Oh yeah.
Bowser's dizzy, he does less damage. There's something I can use. No, because they're charging up. Look, now their chance.
Luigi! Mario! Let's go!
He's switching things up now. I can feel it. Ah, crap. How's supposed to an opening? So I think we did a lot of damage. Oh yeah, we definitely did. Ooh, that worked.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, 4, 5, 6. This again. That's good presentation. Oh wow. That takes some time.
Let's go.
We did it. Just in time. Hey Grandpa, give me maybe 5 minutes?
Oh yeah!
Give me 5 minutes, alright?
Let's go!
See you soon. All done. That felt good.
Okay! Haha!
You know, it really would have sucked and be fun at the same time if one of the brothers died at that time. And with that, Bowser has been downed.
Luigi? I'm coming!
Is that a wire joke? Anyway, perhaps. You can get kaboomed. Time to run away. Yeah, maybe it's not a smart idea to just stand there. And down they go. Not. They're smear scraps of seaweed at this point. And we're back to where we started.
Oh no! Mamma mia! Whoa! Whoa! Luigi? Luigi! Mario! Mario! Oh! Luigi? Luigi? Mario! Luigi! Oh boy!
This is really a touching scene.
Let's go. Oh yeah. Capito, rismente. Oh.
I can know that myself.
Okay. Mario. Luigi? Karabia, Dorsi Merito, Toysha.
And we got a new battle plug. That's the last power trap. And now we can use up to 5 plugs.
Let's go.
Alright, that's going to do it for this part in my Luigi Brothership. There's still some areas to explore in this, but we're going to do that next time, which will be next season. But don't fret yet. I still want to do a few more streams before I end up season 3 of this channel. Here's the final payout. I want to thank you all so much for watching this stream. I'll see you later tonight.